What's up, everybody? At the shop again. Cold as fuck. Getting some work done. Just want to talk on some topics because people ain't motivated out here. A lot of people think they motivated, and then they get scared, distracted. Shit, I'm one of them. But man, you gotta stay motivated. Not even motivated. You gotta stay on your path to your goal so you can get somewhere instead of being in the same spot, still grinding, going the same direction, but you ain't getting nowhere because you keep spinning what you done grinded and made. It's easy, simple analogy. I mean, you can get the Gucci belt today or tomorrow, or you can get a brand new car next year. You can stay down and wait, play your position, stay in your lane, and then when it's time for you to come up, then you come up. It's way better to come up with a new house, a new vehicle, than a new belt or some new shoes, something like that. I mean, anybody can go get that. I mean, you can go get that when you go get your new car. But people don't see that. They just see they're trying to show off for people that don't care about them, people that ain't even looking at them. I mean, I wear belts from Walmart. I mean, I don't care. I mean, people always gonna talk down about you. They're gonna laugh. They're not gonna just because they don't see it how you see it. Don't mean it ain't right. I mean, I had this hoodie for forever. 2 Chainz CEO hoodie. Had this hoodie. I bought one of the as soon as it was released, and I seen what it was about. I bought one. And it was like 2 years and I had it, still wearing it. It's my work hoodie. But people always laughed and would throw slick jokes and be CEO. CEO of what? You take some of those zeros off, you don't even work. Some of the people right now bankrupt, lost their business, lost their marriage, was hating. I never said nothing. I got my business. I got my wife, my kids. I knew I was going somewhere. I just had a different mindset. Just because I didn't have it at that time, don't mean I couldn't represent what I was thinking in my head, what I was plotting on, what I was building. I just would say, I'm working on something. They're like, oh yeah, you working on something? When you gonna get done working on it? It don't matter when I'm gonna get done working on it. It just matter how good it's gonna be when it come out. I mean, I think the same way with my cars. I can't drive nothing that ain't finished. I mean, people will be like, oh no, just leave it like that and drive it. It's still running and everything. You can still drive it. Yeah, I can still drive it, but it ain't even the fact that I don't want nobody to see me in this raggedy car. It ain't even that. It just that ain't me. Most of the people that know me personally know that I'm a person that's gonna come out with something crazy, something they ain't never seen before, or something wild, or something expensive. I mean, it ain't even that it's expensive and I went and blew all my money on it. It's just that I stayed down and did what I had to do to get what I wanted, and usually paid cash. I don't got no payments on it or nothing like that. Or I worked hard. I mean, I had some crazy cars, but I worked on them myself. I didn't take my cars and send them somewhere or something like that. It's just easy if you just do it yourself and you stay down for that longer time than the guy that bought a car, sent it to the shop, had somebody else work on it, and he just dumped all his money that way. I mean, yeah, I may spend a little bit more because my parts are nicer because I put them on. So that money that he spent for labor, I got to keep and put better parts than what someone else would have bought. Same thing with working towards a goal. If you stay down, play your role, stay on your path that you know you got going on, and you see the next guy come up before you, or he hit big before you, or guy or girl, they got the promotion before you. Y'all been doing the same thing for the same amount of years, same schooling, everything, training, and they got it first. That don't mean that you got to quit because they beat you, they got you out of it. You may be getting yours next week, next year, and it may be more. They just didn't see you at the time, and you didn't get it. But that's fine. Everybody got a plan. Everything happened for a reason. You may not think so. I think so. Everything happened for a reason. It may not be a good reason. I mean, it may be some bullshit, but everything happened for a reason. So I know a lot of people always talk to people, man. People just ain't got no plan. They ain't got no goals. They just like, oh no, man, I'm just living for right now. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go out this weekend. We're gonna go to this game. We're gonna go to this football game, this soccer game. But their car raggedy. They ain't had their oil changed in months. They don't know what that sound is when they turn their wheel too hard. It's clicking. But they at the game. They got the new shoes. You like them shoes. I be looking at them shoes like, dang, they nice. I ain't gonna spend $300 on those shoes. But that's just me. I, I, I wear Vans 24/7, and I only got a few Vans that's limited edition. They still ain't never been up more than $100. I'm just not a shoe person. I like shoes. I love to collect shoes if that was my thing, but I just can't put money in something that don't make no money back. I can buy old cars all day, fix them up, and sell them for double or triple that I spent. People be like, well, you got all them cars. I sure do, because I can sit on this car and wait and then get an idea or get my money up and go ahead and fix it up and sell it. Pay $400 for a car, sell it for almost 2,000. All I put in it is a little bit of time. Yeah, I had it for a while. It was sitting for a while, but all that did was make somebody want it more. They seen it. Oh man, you ain't gonna do nothing with it. Yeah, I'm working on it slowly, but I mean, I ain't gonna drive it. I don't care to drive it. That ain't what matters. It just matters on what I got planned for it. You gotta think of it the same way as your goals. You want to buy a house such and such time. Stay on that path. Get to that house. You want to buy a new car? Shit, I want to buy a new car. I'm trying to get. It don't gotta be new. I really don't like new cars. I like cars that was cool when I was young, and I couldn't get to them, but I looked up to, to the cars itself. It ain't really that the new stuff. A lot of the new stuff is lame. It don't got no personality. But back when I've been in the cars my whole life, so back when stuff like Unique Whips was on TV, I'm not a pimp my ride type of person. That was lame. But Unique Whips, when they were customizing all of the football players, basketball players' cars, and kind of up north. I think he was in New Jersey. I was into that. All those cars was cool when I was getting my license and stuff like that, but they wasn't around. They available to me now, and they in my price range now. But then I get in my head, or get somebody else get in my head, and be like, oh man, you got this much money, you can get this car and build it up, and it'll be fast. Yeah, it will. And that's my next thing. I want a sports car that's nice and fast that I don't have to dump a lot of money in, so to speak. I can get in it and drive, and it'd be quick on the street, quicker than some guy, some old muscle car or something like that. But it's comfortable. I can get in, I can take my wife on dates. Just looking for a two-seater. I don't want no. I don't want nothing regular. Put it that way. I done been there, done that. Had regular. Regular is cool. Fast regular is cool, but I'm not looking for a sleeper. I'm looking for something that's nice, luxurious, a step up. After you done had so many cars, you go to that point where like, what haven't I had? And it's only a few things that I haven't had or built. So I'm looking for something like that. Most people you see, you see a guy, you got muscle cars, and you see him in a Lamborghini, and you be like, well, why'd you do that? He wanted something different. I see it all the time. And people that are like simple-minded think, especially car guys, are like, oh man, I'm gonna build a Honda and I can smoke that Lamborghini. That's fine, but that Honda don't have a factory carbon fiber steering wheel and dry carbon spoilers and seats and suede and Alcantara in the seats, and what I'm saying, and millions of dollars of research and stuff put into the car. It's a fast car, it is, but you ain't gonna take it on a 2-hour road trip with your wife to go on a date or go on a weekend retreat in your fast Honda that beat that Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm looking at a couple cars, and, I'm not rich or wealthy or nothing like that, but I've been grinding, and I want to reward myself, and I'm not trying to reward myself with something small, like, oh, yeah, you can go get the Hellcat, or you can go get that, something like that. I don't want nothing like that. I see them all day. I live near Army base, and it's more Hellcats than it is regular Chargers. You see, I do like the Corvettes. My homeboy's he wants to buy an older Corvette, and I'm with it. That's always been, as a young black dude, that's an old man car. They retired, they getting their retirement from the Army or their disability, They cash out on that Corvette and they gonna put on their New Balances and they gonna drive it on Sunday. I'm looking for something that I can get in. I can act a fool if I want to. I can go to the drag strip if I want to, and then I can get in it and drive to Nashville and go on a nice date and a movie with my wife, and we'd be comfortable and it'd be quick. You know what I'm saying? So I've been looking at GTRs, and the only thing that got me out of the GTR, which I mean I'm not completely out of it because them prices is they right for about 600-700 horsepower. I mean the GTR is nice, Nissan GTR, and the year model, twin turbo, nice interior. I'm real picky on the interior, but I can do a little bit to get it to where I want it to be. And it got a back seat. That's all right. You know, I can take my daughter in it, which only my oldest is gonna ride with me, so she can still sit in the front. So that ain't a deciding factor. But for between 40 and 68,000, it's looking real nice for the horsepower. But the thing with the GTR that I was telling my boys about is it's predictable. I can't get in the GTR, smash the gas, get sideways if I want to. Makes cool sounds. It's quick. It's real quick. It's fast. But it ain't something I ain't never had. You know. Yeah. I had. I think my fastest car was maybe about 580 horsepower, but and it wasn't all-wheel drive. See, all-wheel drive, you know, it's predictable. You can go and you can delete this and that and make it rear-wheel drive, make it faster, convert it. And you can drift it and slide it and do all that. But like I said, I'm trying to get in, add a little something to it. Probably, you know, I'm trying to do like exhaust, you know, both on and be happy, or buy it. I don't like buying cars that's already worked on. So I'm looking for, if I'm looking for a GTR, I want it to be like some lawyer's car, not some young dude that got a loan and bought a GTR to go to car meets and rev it up. Nah, I don't want none of that. You know, I want a stock one. If anything, it's some wheels on it or a wrap. That's why I keep finding cars that are already wrapped. But so I had to look. You know, GTRs are attainable. They're attainable to me. And I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe look. I need to up my price a little bit to look at something different. So I started thinking of stuff that I wanted when I couldn't get it. You know, like dang, I can get a GTR tomorrow. But then I was like, you know, what's a little bit challenging? You know, challenge myself. So I was like, you know what? Let me look at something else. So I was like, oh, I really like the Viper when they came out. Well, they had been out, but when I first started noticing them, it was around like 2009, 2010. So I went looking for Vipers. You know, Vipers are another old guy car, but you don't see them every day. I see a Corvette every day, old guy car, but you ain't gonna see a Viper every day. Which I'm not gonna drive it every day, but when I do drive it to work or on the weekends, I want it to be, oh, there you go in that Viper. You know, that's Walker in that Viper, something like that. You know, youngest dude with a Viper locally that ain't a douchebag. You know, I ain't trying to be the first to do it, but I'll be the best to do it. You know, just 'cause I can be. But yeah, Vipers, they in the same price range used. But the best thing about the Viper is the old guys' cars. They wasn't beat on. Young dudes just now taking, you know, putting an eye on them. You know, lowering them, putting wheels on them, but they were six lugs, so a lot of them don't have wheels. A lot of them aren't lowered because when they came out, the lowering springs was, I mean, the coilover is still almost 2 grand. I just want, if I got a Viper, you know, I think the biggest thing that I would, after, you know, after it gets old, after you get used to it, I, you know, tune in and put a cam, but as of right now, for a Viper, all I would do is throw exhaust on it, some real nice, expensive lowering springs, and intake, and then later on down the road I get it tuned. So that's cheap, you know. The used Vipers, the exhaust is like $1,200 or 12 to 18 for a Corsa exhaust. The tune is still crazy. The intakes is like $600, not bad at all. Whereas the GTR, the titanium exhaust that I plan to put on it, I pre-build all these cars before I even go and test drive them, just so I know my price range. I write everything down, plan it out. But the titanium exhaust that I want for it is 4 grand. So imagine that whole time I be driving, I'm like, damn, when can I get this exhaust? Let me hustle up this. Let me make this move to do this to get this exhaust. When I can have a Viper for about the same price, just as cool, a little bit more rare than the GTR. It's a dude in town with the GTR right now. It's like three of them. But another shop owner's got a GTR. It's clean, but it's basic.